Welcome, everyone. Welcome again to another wonderful episode. Super cool episode of the Languages Pedagogy Podcast. Today, not different from the other episodes, we're going to have another wonderful guest. And it's my honor, it's my pleasure to be sitting down here talking with a person that right now I'm admiring a lot. I got to actually read her book, and it really, really helped me a lot in understanding the topic that we're going to be discussing today. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you my wonderful guest, Belen Albarracin from Argentina to the world. Beautiful Argentina. Today, we're going to be talking with her about teaching languages in the AI era. Smarter classrooms, better learning, bigger impact. Let's take a look what happened today, right? It sounds promising. So let's start with allowing you to talk. Let the audience know. Tell us what you think about this topic. Tell us what you do, where you are now, everything. Welcome.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mike, for that beautiful introduction. I'm so happy of being part of this podcast. Uh, Let me tell you a little bit about myself, but very briefly. I've been a teacher for 20 years now in Argentina. I studied at the Joaquín B. González, which is a very prestigious teacher training college here in Buenos Aires. Um, I have experience in primary and secondary school, as well as with adults. But my niche, I would say, is sixth and seventh formers, that is 11, 12-year-old students, uh, which is a very interesting uh, niche because it's the first time that they encounter new technologies, but in a structured way. Okay, we sometimes we take for granted that they are uh, digital citizens, but they have to know how to make the most out of these tools. I teach at Bayard School, and I also teach online, and this is where I try out uh, this revolution of AI. And
Wonderful.
by the way,
Yeah.
a very important thing, this year with Vicky Saumel, I have co-authored uh, the book AI in ELT that I have here with me,
Yes.
uh, where we talk about the integration of AI in the classroom in primary and secondary school level, which is something that is not that explored.
Mhm. It's true.
You,
Not everything has been explored so far.
no, and in fact, we always share these statistics that according the Digital Education Council report that was released this year, most of AI usage is done at university level, but
Mhm.
very little has been explored in primary
Mhm.
and secondary.
Mhm.
So it's very interesting to know. For example, there are some figures. 60% of schools have not addressed the issue of using AI in their schoolwork,
Wow.
and only 22% state that they have what is an AI code of conduct. So
Mhm.
there is a lot of exploration to be done to see how we can integrate it in a meaningful way.
Yeah. Well, artificial intelligence, AI, has actually come and apparently will stay for really long time. It reminds me a little bit of one of the stories that somebody told me about the calculator. When
Uh-huh.
the calculator just came out, the time that it came out, everybody was like very worried about it. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, the calculator is coming. What's gonna happen? That's gonna be terrible. Everybody's gonna start using it, and nobody's gonna actually make their heads work or something like that." Years has passed. Years have passed,
Mm-hmm.
and still we use the calculator. And now it never actually taken our brain out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But still, people right now still like quite afraid about the AI, how to use it. They don't know how to use it, and they don't even know if they can actually bring it to the classroom. So, from your perspective, uh, are we witnessing the biggest revolution in language teaching since the internet, or something even greater?
I think I think it can be compared to that revolution.
Hmm.
I think it has a more long-lasting impact in education. And as with everything, we will have to learn how to coexist with these new technologies. As every teacher of English that is in the field of technology, when we have like these revolutions coming up, uh, we we are fascinated at first,
Yeah,
but we also become like very skeptical about its use. We uh, are concerned about the implications and the limitations that these tools bring alongside. So we take like a certain distance, right? We have to be skeptical, but see how we can integrate it and how it can foster language acquisition. Uh, but definitely, it is a revolution that we need to address, and we need
exactly.
to see its impact.
Exactly. But here's the another reality because teachers, as I said, they're really worried. Some of them are
Mhm.
really excited. But what's the biggest misconception that you have seen in educators about AI
Well,
today?
many think that we are going to be replaced.
Yeah.
That teachers are going to be replaced,
Yes.
and for me, good teachers are impossible to be replaced because it entails so many variables in the classroom.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that integration in that sense is key. So that is a big misconception, like teachers being replaced. I don't know, teaching entails or empathy or creativity or bonding with your students. And that is something technology alone cannot do. That's
Yeah.
the truth. So
The human
as long as you
connection.
facilitate the human factor,
Yeah.
as long as you connect with your students and you know how to um, manage the classroom and to monitor the activities, I think those things are impossible to replace. Even though we
Yeah.
talk a lot about personalization and how good AI can be in that sense, we need somebody facilitating that in the classroom
Hmm.
environment.
Exactly. So that's the point that I want to actually go now because not all the teachers know how to use AI, and they don't
Mm-hmm.
know actually what the prompting is, and they don't know
Mm-hmm.
all the facilities that they have, all the easiness that they can actually just get through these AI. So what what some teachers are still doing right now manually,
Mm-hmm.
AI can also do it, but even faster and perhaps better,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
what are those type of things that AI can do for us now, for example?
Well, it can do many things. That is true. I think that AI can reduce teacher workload, but not teacher value. So it's going to um, do lots of admin stuff that we do as teachers.
Mhm.
Uh, if you talk about planning or creating activities or creating a task or a game or a role play, in that sense, it's going to save you a lot of time. But then, um, what is not going to replace is the thinking behind, or the strategies behind the planning.
Yeah.
And you need to know what your aim is or what your objectives are, so that you can integrate it meaningfully.
Yeah. And, I was actually talking to another teacher some time ago, His name is Jose Torres. He's in the States. He's in Maryland State. He's one of the teachers there. And he was talking to me a little bit about this AI situation. He's like, Mike, I'm been using AI and I was actually doing the planning. And of course, he was turning in the plan in, and then suddenly the person who's checking it, the supervisor, just starts checking. It was like, what is that? What does this word even mean? I mean, words that they were not actually used normally. And he got caught actually using AI to do the planning. And of course, he got, called out and everything is like, oh, you know what? You cannot do this and do that and blah, blah, blah. So
Mhm.
that's one of the aspects that we have right now. We can actually use AI. It will help us, yes, but we don't have to trust it 100%.
Oh, and it goes both for teachers and students.
Hmm.
Those are the aspects that we have to teach our students about AI, and that we should be cautious ourselves. Uh, like questioning the output is an essential part of AI literacy. You have to know that you need to question the output, that the first answer that you get is not the one that you should keep. You should iterate with the Gen AI tool to get the best possible answer. And there are so many things that you should take into account when it comes to prompting. And as I told you, it runs both for teachers and students. If it goes from specifying who you are, what you need, the level of your students, um, the length of the kind of answer you want, and that is crucial when it comes like to the tokens.
Hmm.
uh, if you want a lengthy answer, like you should determine that, because AI can give you like 3 pages, and that's not exactly what you mean. And that is even more meaningful when it comes to students writing their prompt, because imagine that 11, 12-year-old student doesn't need a lengthy answer. He
Hmm.
needs just bits of information and to iterate with that. So copy pasting is not the way you make the most of AI, but it has to do with questioning the output, having clear expectations of what you want in your lesson. And an advantage that you have as a teacher is that you know what you want. And maybe students at times are a little bit more lost in that sense. So that's
Yeah.
why they need a framework and clear expectations in that sense. We are more prepared in that sense
Hmm. Yeah.
as teachers. So we can give it more of a framework to what we want, which is not the same case as in kids.
Yeah, definitely. It's totally different, but here's the point because in we can actually just see it, but and even sometimes not all of us teachers actually want to do a genuine they don't want to actually use AI as a genuine learning tool. But
Mm-hmm.
they don't see it like that. They see it as a shortcut.
Yeah. Well,
So
they talk about cognitive laziness, like this of using
yeah,
shortcuts.
that's where I wanted to go exactly. So how do we prevent that? For teachers, for
In the
example, because in kids right now, we know that the best way is just to take out all the tablets, iPads, and things and stay away from that, maybe. But for us as teachers, adults, how can we prevent
Mhm.
such a thing, like prevent AI from becoming that shortcut instead of genuine learning tool?
Oof, that's a tough question. Um, because it is a shortcut at times, as long as you know what you want. But also you have to double check the information that you are given by the AI, not to rely on it 100%. I think that at times it can be a good shortcut in the sense that it allows you not to get stuck.
Yeah.
That sometimes when you're stuck in a rut, you use AI and somehow you move forward because you're always going to get an answer. Like there's no way the AI is going to say, I don't know. It's just always going to provide an answer. But that's why when it comes to learning objectives or planning, that has to be very clear from the start so that you don't take the first shortcut that you're given.
Exactly.
Uh, that's the way I approach it, and always this comparing and contrast whether it aligns with what you want. That that because it's very tempting, when it's a shortcut and it's fast to say like, okay, I take it.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
but
Cognitive laziness.
but we have to be we are supposed to teach critical thinking in our students, so we should apply that to ourselves as well.
Exactly. Definitely. But that's what actually worries me a little bit. And I've actually heard in this community, in this podcast, and some teachers, novice teachers specifically, they're all worried about that because
Mhm.
I don't know why they're so worried. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna speak for myself now, and I don't want to actually sound like these listen to this know-it-all, No, not at all. But the thing is that we grew up in an era where we needed actually to read to know
Yeah.
exactly what we're doing, what we're reading.
Hmm.
And if it was good, we do the research, highlight, summarize, and a whole bunch of things that we actually used to do before by ourselves without any tool, without any phone, or without anything. But now, why people are so worried about that? Is it because they lack that ability of just attention, focus, and do it?
You mean about like the new generation of teachers?
Yes, yes.
Because I am from the old generation of teachers.
Me
Uh,
too. Hey, me too. Discover responsible, research backed AI tools that save you time and transform your classroom. Unlock the future of English language teaching today with AI in ELT. Grab your copy now and supercharge your teaching. We got the same
uh,
the same time in the educational field. I
mhm,
also have 20. This year will be my 21st year in education.
mhm. Yeah, yeah.
So
So
not that
we're
young.
we're
We are
we're
from that
around
time.
that. Yeah, yeah. Like the 80s,
Exactly.
Uh, the 80s rock. Yeah. Um.
Yeah.
So yeah. That process of, as you said, I think that in that sense we might be um, more trained, or the way we internalized information back then,
Mhm.
we still have those skills with us, and maybe we need to train like the new generation of teachers to go through that process, or to this of uh, cross-checking and verifying sources, and reading.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's the same that we need to do with students.
Yeah.
Uh, all that we apply to teachers, we should are the skills that our students need to learn. They're even younger,
Yeah.
and they start from scratch,
Yeah.
uh, which is very difficult. I'm not saying it's easy. It's a real challenge for everybody.
Yeah.
And the truth is, you know what? That students uh, are using it all the same. Students are
Mhm.
using AI. I always give this example. This happened to me last year. That I asked my students, okay, how are you using AI? And they told me, you know what? We are handing in our social studies homework. We do it with AI, but then we run it through an AI humanizer so
Oh,
that it
Jesus.
has like a certain number of mistakes, so that
Yeah.
when we hand it in, it can be flagged, as AI generated, because it has like some mistakes that make it human. They are so smart, And that makes a lot of sense. Like I would have done the same, They are super
Yeah.
smart. So it becomes more and more difficult to trace whether something is original or not. That is
Yeah.
also a real challenge. In this case, the teacher who was caught red-handed,
Mm.
the one that who copy pasted.
Yeah.
Um, it's a real challenge
It
to see
is.
what's real and what's not.
But this is something that happened to me, and I was actually really looking forward to sharing it with you because I want to hear what you think about it.
See?
Couple of weeks ago, no, sorry, a couple of months ago, I was actually in the school. I was in the office in the meeting room, and then the other colleagues start coming. We were gonna have a meeting, so I just asked one of the teachers to help me out, being the secretary there. So I was actually holding the meeting, and we were talking about different aspects that we need to actually go through the following months and all that, and planning and all that. So suddenly she was actually just taking notes about it. And then I don't know, for some reason, she was taking note, and then suddenly she was also with this AI stuff, and she just took a picture of what she just wrote. She wrote exactly what I was saying, and suddenly she just take that and take a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And it says this is 99% AI generated. What? I mean, she was
It
writing
was hand.
exactly what I was saying. She was writing it.
Mm,
Then said, take a picture, and she was actually on that because she wanted to check if that app was good and all that. So she had like 3, 4 apps. So she was testing them. So the four AI apps said it was 99% AI. What?
yeah, that's
What
an
do you
issue.
think about that?
Yeah. And it's not the first time that I hear like that happening.
Yeah.
Um, the Sometimes those checkers are not so reliable.
Hmm.
And what I feel is that there are like the way you can check content somehow
Hmm.
is where the oral part has a lot more weight, like this of talking about it, like whatever information that you need to transmit, for example, orally
Hmm.
has or you need to internalize that somehow to be able to explain it. So the oral part has like a strong weight nowadays, because then I don't know, as you said, everything is under suspicion now. Everything,
Yes.
everything, whatever comes through the senses, like even an image, like many images, like you have to um, have like a very skeptical standpoint because you can't trust
Hmm.
your own eyes nowadays, and not even
Yes.
what you read. So um, it's very difficult. And sometimes I've been asked this question, like, how can you tell? And the truth is that verifying, going to the sources, and having like a skeptical standpoint. But at times, I don't know if there is more than that we can humanly
Exactly.
do.
Yeah.
Uh,
But those checkers, actually, I don't think they're that reliable right now, because even if you
no,
actually humanize something or you don't humanize something, if you actually use those checkers and you just notice that it says 99%. So in this point, everything is AI made.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy. That was actually the first time that happened, and I just saw that, I got shocked, and I was like, oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen in 1 year? So everything will be AI made. So nothing's gonna be human then. So according to these AI, everything is AI. Nothing belongs to human then. Then we're gonna have iRobot here. The
uh,
revolutions of the machines. Oh
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, yeah. But I know it's really hard because I don't think I have the answer for that. I don't,
Yeah,
in that sense, I don't know how we will be able to distinguish uh, like fiction from reality. I think that at times it will
exactly.
become very difficult, and
Yeah.
we have to come to terms
Literate.
with that. Yeah, we can do our best. We can be skeptical. We can check sources, but that doesn't imply that we will be able to tell
Yeah,
everything. Like what's real and what's not. Unfortunately,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
It's a real challenge.
It's quite scary as well. Anyway, coming back to this point of the AI and the teachers, AI and teachers. So, do you believe teachers who refuses to learn AI risk becoming professionally obsolete?
I am in two minds about that because
Ooh, like it.
no, no, this is like a kind of something we talk about, for example, with the head at my school,
Yeah,
Vivian Miglino. We have this idea, this theory that we say like a good teacher is going to
yeah,
be good even
no
with a
matter
piece
what.
of chalk. With a piece of chalk, she can like do wonders, right? And that's the truth. I think that there is something about teaching that if you have certain qualities, no matter, and I am into the technology field, that no
Hmm.
matter what technology you use, uh, you have something to share with your students.
Yeah.
Then I also think that AI can enhance like existing good practices.
Hmm.
Uh, so in that sense, teachers who integrate it are going to be more immersed in the real world, you know, on the student, what the students need, and they're also going to speed up like some processes if they use it wisely
Yeah.
and responsibly. Uh, but ideally, the good thing is having the combination of a trained teacher integrating AI. That is the
Hmm.
ideal scenario.
Yeah.
But still, I don't think that good teachers are obsolete. Uh, I don't know what your viewpoint is
Well,
here.
obsolete might be too harsh, but
Too strong.
yeah, might be. But the thing is that, as you say, we are teachers and we need to actually move, with
Hmm.
with the technology and all together. And because if we are teachers, because we are learners, and if we
Yeah,
are learners,
lifelong
we need. I
learners.
mean, yeah, exactly. That's the motto. So if we are lifelong learners, I mean, what is actually stopping us to learn from learning this new aspect of technology? And I
Hmm.
think the word obsolete for me, it comes more like well, you're gonna stay behind in a world where the old ways are not working
Hmm.
anymore. So right now we have the new ways. It's much more technological, much more visual, much easier, faster. I don't need actually to be like I don't know, spending 15 hours or 10 hours planning, doing
Hmm.
worksheets for students, because a teacher 10 years ago, 20 years ago teacher, I think wouldn't survive right now with the amount of crazy and
No, yeah.
insane work, load of work that we have. You
Hmm.
cannot actually have time for yourself. So that's the point, you're gonna have to make a move and do that transition little by little and learning and integrate it, like you say, integrating it in the classroom.
Hmm. You know this slogan that goes like to work smarter but not harder.
Yeah,
And,
that's
and
true.
I think I think that goes for teachers, you know,
Yeah,
like if you have that technology available and you can use it and you can and it is like time saving. Why and that allows you to focus on mentoring or guiding your students or supervising or bonding with them. Why are you not going to use it if it's
exactly.
at the tip of your fingers? You
Exactly.
know, it's there for you to use. So yeah, what you said, like this of teachers being lifelong learners, applies. They should be open. Well, teachers need to be open-minded to these new changes, so
Exactly.
that they can adapt and they can like bring their students there as well.
And if we care about, no, not if we, I'm sorry, but we care about our students on the first
Hmm.
place. So if we
Hmm.
care, I think we need to actually learn so we can just be more, uh, we can pass that knowledge to them in a more proper way, more
Hmm.
consciously, consciously. because
Yeah.
students, they don't know actually pretty well how to use it. They can actually use it in a bad way or things like that. So we gotta learn in order to pass that on and tell the kids, you know what, this is the way that we gotta do because this is the proper way. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
something that needs to stay with us. Because as you know, most students right now, most students have access to ChatGPT. There's another one, AI tutors,
Mm-hmm.
pronunciation coaches, translator, or writing assistants who are open 24/7. So
Mm-hmm.
this is one aspect, and that's why we need to learn because we need to tell them, hey, you know what? You gotta become better learner, but I don't want you to become a simple dependent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.